as you're rolling your eyes, right? Okay, let's get back to business. Let's do serious stuff here. Logarithmic functions, guys, dead giveaway. You're looking for b, all right? B is always attached to log or natural log. It's positive. So this is what I'm envisioning. It's a word problem. That's why I keep giving pencils away and then they don't come back. Okay, I'm gonna have a pencil with like a giant air tag taped around so it comes back. Anyways, this is what your calculator shows, but we know that that's not gonna be acceptable, okay? Sean, just wait for now, okay? This is X, this is Y. You gotta make sure that the left-hand side is your Y, okay? So what does H stand for? It's the height, so that is my Y. Therefore, D is the X variable, which is days. So make sure you don't mix it up, okay? Some of you mixed it up. For the graph, I actually weighed it. I just made sure that it showed up on my calculator. This is actually it, okay? I just made it look like this. This is the shape that I recognize. Then I went back and continued to answer a bunch of questions. So in this case, when does it sprout? Sprouting happens right when like you plant a seed, but this is the height above ground, right? So it starts there. And so at the x-intercept is when it's sprouting. Please be okay with decimals when it comes to time. I know we're not used to, but days can be broken down into hours and can be broken down into minutes, seconds, and so forth. So it's okay to do that. How long does it take to reach a meter? You have to catch that a meter is not centimeters because the units are in centimeters for height. So that was a bit of a curveball. So it's 45.61 days, okay? And then next 3 months, I already give it away that it's 90 days. That's your X value, second trace. Why do I put intersect? It's supposed to say value. And this is where some of you lost rounding marks. Okay, just so you know, if your calculator gives you 155, like whole number like that, go ahead and go 155. But if you see that it's like this, like something past the second decimal, you have to go 0.00. Yeah, I know. That's just that's an annoying rule, but we have to do that because we are they call it truncating. We're removing certain things, so we have to say 00. Okay. And then this one, I threw in that. Assume that everything stops at 200 centimeters. So when there's a stop, you have to imagine you're sprouting here, and I'm putting a stop to the growth. So technically now, the domain is restricted, right, from here to here, okay, and the range is restricted. So you kind of go to your y-axis, and you go to the top. We know that the top is 200, and the lowest is 0. So 0 to 200 for the range. For the domain, it starts at 13.25, and it ends here, which you had to do a little bit of calculator work to figure out the greatest, because you're capping it. As soon as you stop the growth, there's a stop here and there's a stop there. Okay, so this is the x value when y is equal to 200. Okay, so that's what I find there. That's why it's 1325 to 156.94. Okay, I'm using this value as my stop there. Okay. If I did not mention that there's a stop, if you had an arrowhead, I'm going to erase that in a bit, then it would have been 1325 to infinity, 0 to infinity. That's what I would have been. And make sure the infinities get a round bracket, okay? So yes, you have to watch out, you have to be careful, but in this case, there was a stop placed on it, okay? So that's how you do that one. Any questions?